What's going on, Falcons fans? It's your boy Big Low Country. Got my homeboy over here, Mad Mike.
Hey, what's
What-
going on, Lo?
Hey
What's going
man,
on, Falcons Nation, man?
hey bro, we trying to make it, man.
Yes,
We were
sir.
just sitting and talking. Said we'll do a little pop up,
Mm,
see if some of these Falcons fans want to come up and you know just chill out with us on a rainy Friday night and talk some Falcons football, man.
hey, man. I don't think it's. I don't think it's a bad way to start a Friday, especially a rainy Friday. Friday, what evening, afternoon, night now. Hey, ain't nothing else to do.
Ain't nothing else to do, man. Can't watch these Braves whip up on nobody tonight,
Mm-mm,
so we might as well sit and
mm-mm,
talk about how
mm-mm.
we gonna get this dub against the Panthers, man.
Hey, Miss Donna, how you doing? Miss
Miss
Donna is a
Donna.
loyal one, boy. But
Hey,
she's
that's
a
my
loyal.
buddy, Miss Donna. That's my
Hey,
buddy,
yes,
man.
yes, sir, man. Miss Asia, how you doing?
What's up,
One
Asia?
Carter, how you
What-
good? How you ladies doing?
Hey man, we glad that
Hey,
y'all can chill out with us tonight.
yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Hey, man. I like to kind of address something, Big Low.
What that?
Just real fast, real quick. I know a lot of people not liked. I dropped a video earlier this morning, and it didn't go all. It didn't go all that well.
What in the
So I
world?
would like, yeah, I'm talking about a certain. I'm talking about a certain player. Talking about a certain player. No, it won't be a rant. It won't be a rant. I did. I had the rant already. So I want to apologize to um take the time out to apologize to absolutely nobody. All right, nobody. I'm not apologizing for anything, man. I'm not apologizing for anything. Hey, man, I had to give a tribute to my boy, Kuya, man. Your boy, man, the Braves that thing right there, man. I had to do. Y'all thought I was just throwing a rant out there for no reason. I always got something up my sleeve, bro. I always got something up my sleeve. You got to do it. You got to do it, man.
Gotta do
I
it,
had to
man.
do it to him, right?
199.
199, 999. Hey, man, y'all fell for it. Y'all fell for it, man. Y'all look. You shouldn't know me well enough, man. I just like to have fun, man. I still don't like LeBron, but I just like to have fun, man. It ain't no malice, man. You can't like everybody. I mean, you can't like everybody. Everybody can't be friends. Come on, man.
Man. Hey man. My boy Mad Mike said he's sorry for even apologizing.
Hey, man, you know how it is. Man, Mike don't apologize, bro.
Hey man, that's what makes you you, bro. That's what makes
Y'all
you
thought I was
you.
gonna apologize? Apologize for LeBron? Man, please. Y'all don't know me too well. Hey, man, I get into these questions, man.
Miss Donna said apologize to our worn out defense.
Oh, man.
Miss Donna,
Oh,
you on
hey.
fire already. We just started off.
Oh, man. We already having fun, huh? Hey, man. Hey, man, we just having fun, man. That's hey, this is what AFN is all about, man. Oh,
Hey man,
man.
you got to smile to keep from crying, man.
Hey, you got to, especially the way this defense has been playing. Oh, my goodness. Uh,
Boy,
you know
man.
what? I don't see the comment, and I don't see it in here, but let's talk about this first. It's not a comment. No, I don't see anyone who's. Yeah, they haven't said anything. But man, have you had a chance to hear what Dirk Cutter said today? Have you had a chance to hear what this dude said?
What do you say, Mike?
Bro, my gosh. Falcons fans, let me know if you heard what Dirk Cutter said. All right, leave your comments below. Did you guys hear what Dirk Cutter said? Like, seriously, this guy had the absolute unmitigated gall to try to insult our intelligence. This dude literally got, after being questioned about why Hayden Hurst doesn't have enough targets. His response is that the defense, the coverage dictates whether or not a person can get the dang ball. And you being a coach, what do you feel about that? Like think about that. Like, seriously, do you really believe that what he said? You are a coach. Am I wrong? Like, this dude literally said that the coverage dictate who we throw the ball to. Do you believe that? That you can't get this guy a target because the coverage says so.
That sounds like somebody needs to diversify their playbook. That's what that sounds like. I guess Dirk Cutter doesn't believe in applying pressure. I guess he just believes in taking pressure because, if you're such an aggressive coach, you can't, in situations like that, you can't coach on your heels.
Yes.
Because, if you got Julio out, if you got Matt Ryan out, and Calvin Ridley out, it's like, you make plays for your playmakers. So it's like, why, I understand that you trust the other guys as well. Look, Alameda, he balled out. But
yes, he did.
At the end of the day, it's like you still got to draw up plays for your playmakers. You got a guy that's 6'5", 200 and
40, 50 something pounds. Like, come on. You trying to tell me this dude, you can't draw up plays to get him open, to get him the ball? We're talking about the guy. Dirk Cutter is the absolute screen king. And you trying to tell me that you can't get this man the ball in a screen? He threw it. Bro, he's more athletic than Austin Hooper. And you trying to tell me with a straight face that you cannot get you can't get Hayden Hurst the ball, bro? Like, are you serious? Do you expect us to really believe that?
That's crazy. This dude runs a 4.4 40, and you telling me that you can't get this guy open?
Yeah, that's bro. This is all true, Falcons fans. Miss Donna, absolutely, this is true. The King, this is true. If you guys can go, it's on Twitter. I'm not sure if it's on Atlanta Falcons, their channel, the interview with him, but this dude literally said with a straight face that the coverage dictates whether or not he can get the ball. Now we're talking about a guy. This is what makes it even just incredibly stupid. You can give Julio Jones the ball. This guy has tripled, doubled, and sometimes even quadruple team, and you still find a way to get him the ball, but you can't get Hayden Hurst. You can't get Hayden Hurst the ball, bro. You really think we're supposed to believe that mess?
Hey, you see what Warren Carter put up? He said the offense is too vanilla, man. It's too vanilla.
That's it. I don't like. It's too vanilla, man. The worst thing about the defense, the offense for me, is that he's just out there throwing. It's nothing. He's not trying to set up plays. And in the NFL, you can't just go out there and call plays. Like, you can't just go. You have to set up plays. And this is why I always gave Kyle Shanahan his credit as an offense, as a play caller. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's the greatest. I'm not saying he sucks, but he knows how to set up plays. Dirk Cutter does not. You've been coaching for over 30 years and you still don't know how to set up the running game. You just out there throwing. Like the Falcons are just out there like we're just gonna run all up the middle every single play. Like, how you're supposed to set up the run? You have to set up the run as a coach, and you know that, bro.
Man, it's like, and you're completely right, Mike. That is what Kyle Shanahan did. It's like he would call plays. You'll be thinking, man, why did he call that play? Mm-hmm. And then 2 series later, next thing you know, you got a tight end sneaking out from the backside, running up the sidelines because Kyle Shanahan set it up. And Dirk Cutter, he's calling plays like he's playing Madden or something, man.
Yeah, like, bro, you can't just come out here and just call anything you want to because you think you smarter than everyone. And that's what we're seeing. This is what I'm finding. It's sad, but it's true. This is what's wrong with the Falcons. They think they are smarter than everyone else. It's simple. It's plain and simple. When a guy says something like that coverage dictates whether or not how you call plays, like how, for one, as a coach, as not just a player, but a guy who just wants to compete, a competitor. Like, how are you letting the coverage dictate what you want to do on offense? As a player, I would never allow someone to dictate what I'm going to do on offense. You're supposed to be aggressive.
Exactly. You're supposed to be looking for weaknesses on the other side, and that's what you attack. You know. But I don't know if, and it's kind of like what I go back and say all the time. I feel like they trust Matt Ryan too much. That's what I feel like. Yeah, I feel like, it's one of those situations where it's like the reason we blew those leads and we just took 11 seconds off the clock because they were like, well, look, we're going to drop back and pass it and stay aggressive. We know Matt's going to make the right decision. Matt's not always going to he's not always going to have time. I mean, because
you did say that.
I mean, because sometimes I feel like they just trust them too much. It's like you still have to have great play calling. You still have to have plays set up for you. It's like Patrick Mahomes. He's a great quarterback, but you know what makes him even better? Those plays that's being called for him.
Yep. And that's it. That's truly it, man. And honestly, I wasn't a big fan when they brought him back. I thought it was a bad deal. But me trying to be, the guy that just try to understand why they did it. I understand why they did it when you go back and look at, having Steve Sarkisian, he pretty much was a failure, and you bring back a guy with familiarity. You didn't want to bring in another. Of course, Denver kind of blocked the Falcons for bringing in Gary Kubiak. So I understand that they was, scrambling for, a coach. But at the same time, it's like this is something that a lot of people don't want to talk about. And they let a pretty good offensive coach walk. They didn't even offer him a job. They didn't even interview him for the offensive job. And who was that guy, Lo?
Your boy.
That's bad.
And to show how talented that this guy is, and I know that it might not have been all on him, but do y'all realize that there were times when the Green Bay Packers had 3 and 4 running backs on the field on Monday night?
Yes. That right there tells you that tells you a lot. That's just imagination, being creative with what you have. This is what the NFL has become. Just being creative. Play like using the talent that you have. That's what the West Coast offense is all about. It's not all about, having the best players. Using the talent that you have to the best of their ability. Maximizing their talent, not you as a coach. Maximizing their ability. This is what Bill Walsh did when he came up with that idea. It kind of made it his own. But this is what he imagined: using the talent to to maximize their talent. And this is something the Falcons they just don't understand this concept.
No, man. I mean, your boy. I mean, LaFleur. This man basically groomed Matt Ryan. Like at Matt Ryan's most successful point of his career, like that's when he really took that jump when LaFleur
Yeah,
was
he
his
was a
position.
quarterback
So,
coach. He was a quarterback
yeah,
coach.
I mean, so it's like, I mean, it seems like that would be like a common sense kind of a situation. I don't know. Whenever they let him go, man, I was mad, man. I was mad. I was mad.
I was upset that they didn't get this guy a shot. Like they didn't even interview him. They just let him go. Like they did not even interview the guy. That's embarrassing.
And now you look at Green Bay, because I check out Pro Football Focus all the time. It's like they got like the best offense in the league now. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
in a lot of situations, they're rated higher than the Chiefs, than the Seahawks, and I mean, I'm sitting here like, and this is the guy. We let this guy go, and then we got the other guy who's calling 3 straight passing plays and burning 11 seconds off the clock.
Wow. Yeah, it's for me. I think you are absolutely right when you said that. This is one of the biggest issues when it comes down to having a quarterback as good as he is that Matt Ryan can get us out of most bad situations, but you still have to account for those around him who aren't as great as Matt Ryan. They may not be able to, get us out of every situation. So you have to account for the fact that they are going to lack. And the way you do that is just by scheming opportunities to maximize their ability. It goes all like I say this all the time, man. Even on defense, it doesn't matter. Defense is the perfect example of you go back and look at that 98, 99, 98, 99, Atlanta Falcons defense. Those guys they didn't have a major superstar in their defense outside of Jesse Tugger. And Jesse Tugger was in, the twilight. Like he was at the end of his career. He was
Yeah.
still but those guys just had, just hardworking, fundamentally sound players. Those guys were not superstars. And they had one of the best defenses in the league that year. So you don't
Oh yeah.
need, you don't need a lot of overly, talented guys.
No, man. One of the biggest things, especially on defense, one of the biggest attributes that you can have, the things that I look for whenever I'm evaluating a defensive player is I just want to see if you're going to run into the whistle. I mean, at the end of the day, like that's the biggest thing. Like if you look at the sacks in today's league, most of the sacks they come after 3 seconds. They come when the quarterback's back there patting the ball. And those are those hustle sacks. And another thing is that teams that know what they're supposed to do, like you don't got to be a superstar. Like look at Ricardo Allen. Like he's not the fastest guy in the world, but he knows where he's supposed to be at, and he trusts his teammates.
That's a perfect example. That's another perfect example. Like it's let me say this right here. Like this comment right here is just like let me just and I just Matt Ryan is not A-Rod. I mean, what's so special about A-Rod? Like Matt Ryan, when you look at their numbers and their career, Matt Ryan's is a lot better than Aaron Rodgers. This is not false. You look at the yearly averages. We're not talking about the years that A-Rod, he didn't play in first year. We're talking about when he got his chance to start. Matt Ryan, from the very beginning to now, he's been consistent. Aaron Rodgers has not been consistent. The only thing that Aaron Rodgers has on Matt Ryan is arm strength. So to say that Matt Ryan is not A-Rod, I would agree, but for a different reason. Matt Ryan is actually better. He's more consistent. This is what you want out of quarterback. You want consistency. That's it. and to be able to come back when you need him. And when you need Matt Ryan, he has done it a lot more than Aaron Rodgers. So to say that he isn't on Aaron Rodgers' level as far as arm talent, of course, he doesn't have the biggest arm. But Aaron Rodgers he's been inaccurate a lot of times. He's held on to that ball too long and took sacks and got injured. That's not something Matt Ryan does. So there's a lot of things that Matt Ryan does more. Do you want to speak on that?
Man, you actually hit on the point that I was just getting ready to make. Like one of the biggest attributes that anybody can have is availability. Mm-hmm. And so when everybody says that Aaron Rodgers is physically superior to Matt Ryan, I mean, look, Aaron Rodgers, it's almost like clockwork. He gets hurt almost every year.
Every year.
You know,
he almost killed himself during our game.
During our game, exactly. He had an old man moment during our game. Yeah. But it's like whenever you look outside and the leaves start falling, you be like, "Uh-oh, it's about time for Aaron Rodgers to get hurt."
Hey, you're right though. and that's the thing. It's like people misinterpret what arm talent and arm strength is. I always say that when you look at a lot of quarterbacks, if you want to talk about arm talent, that's something I can't debate. I can't debate that. On the same thing, Aaron Rodgers is probably one of the most physically. I think he's third to Dan Marino. I think Dan Marino was obviously the greatest talented quarterback in the history of the game. He just doesn't get the respect because ultimately he's, he and Matt Ryan right now are on par for the same type of career. Brett Favre, when you look at Brett Favre and his arm talent, Brett Favre, this dude could throw 100. This dude could just do crazy stuff like with his arm. And I think Aaron Rodgers ranks behind those guys as far as arm talent is concerned. But when you look at his accuracy, availability, like if I'm building a team, if I'm building a championship team, this is just a championship team. I have a defense that is average. They can at least be ranked above 20. And I want to have a 5-year to 10-year reign. Who are you taking? I'm taking Matt Ryan because I know he's going to be available. I don't know when Aaron Rodgers is going to do something stupid. He's going to run into a sack. He's going to stub his toe. He's going to do something dumb. So if I want consistency, I'm taking Matt Ryan. That's just me.
And I think I might agree with you. And I think another reason, because that's a good question, Mike. I think another reason why I might take Matt Ryan over Aaron Rodgers is because just the type of guy that both guys are. Like, Matt Ryan, like we've never heard of Matt Ryan having issues in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I mean, but we've heard multiple times that Aaron Rodgers has, gotten to it with teammates or doesn't like coaches or,
getting them fired, getting coaches fired.
Yeah. I mean, it's just all kinds of different situations. So, I mean, as a leader of my team, I believe I would definitely take Matt Ryan over Aaron Rodgers. And look, y'all, I know Mike, he's a diehard football fan. And a diehard Falcons fan. So it's one of those situations where it's not that we're homers. We're just saying just building a team and what we would want in a quarterback. I mean, so I agree with you because I think the most important thing is actually being on the field and not wearing a hoodie during the game. I want players that wear shoulder pads and not hoodies. That's what I want.
Exactly. And see, that's where when I rank quarterbacks, I gotta say who played consistently the longest. And when you talk about consistency, this is why Matt Ryan ranks in the 3 major categories for quarterback: yards, touchdowns, and comeback wins. For the most part, he's top 10 in each one of them. Why is that? Availability.
Exactly.
We're talking about availability. That's
you gotta be there. You gotta be there to win the game. Wait a minute, Mike. Wait a minute, because I think I might have to get you to go into Mad Mike mode. I might have to get you to do this, man. I want to need you to take care of this for me, Mike. So this person says, you're crazy. Aaron Rodgers, sugar honey iced teas on Matt Ryan. You guys are being sloppy Homer fans. And you're speaking as a Falcons fan. Oh.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm a erase. You didn't hear anything I said. You didn't hear anything I said. Let me say this, okay? I mean, erase Matt Ryan out of the equation because obviously you did not hear a damn thing we just said at all.
Let's go ahead and take Matt out of the equation.
We're gonna take Matt Ryan out of this situation. Let's say this guy. Let's say this. We're gonna say. I'm gonna say this, and this is another guy. I think this is a perfect. This is my all-time favorite quarterback. We're gonna throw Matt Ryan out of this equation. I'm building a team. I'm gonna have Peyton Manning, and I'm gonna have Aaron Rodgers. You tell me in their heyday, which quarterback would you rather have? A guy in Peyton Manning who always is on the field. Mm-hmm. And he suffered later in his career because he took so many hits. He stayed on the field. You can always count on Peyton Manning to be there, okay? You can always count him to be accurate, to have the strong, make the right throw, to be the leader, and to be on the freaking field. Yeah. All right? That's what you can count on for Peyton Manning. Mm-hmm. Aaron Rodgers, on the other hand, how many times have we seen him sitting on the sideline, either for his knee, he ran into a sack, he stubbed his toe, he tried to do too much and got hit and went out for a couple of plays. Like, how many times have we seen that from Aaron Rodgers? Year after year. We're talking about year after year. This is consistently. And yes, he's always put up big numbers, great numbers, but availability. What if that 2 plays and during the game in the NFC Championship, you need Aaron Rodgers on the field, but he made a bonehead decision by holding on the ball too long or getting hit or taking a sack where he should have just threw the ball away. Exactly. Peyton Manning doesn't make those types. Peyton Manning, when he sees a play is dead, he's going to throw the ball away. He's going to eat that sack. He's going to fall on the ground. Availability. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about quarterbacks. I can count on Peyton Manning to be on the field. Yeah. That's what it's all about. It ain't about being Homer. Like you said, I'm a student of the game first. Exactly. I'm a student of the game first. Erase Matt Ryan out of the equation. We're talking about availability. You got to be on. You got to be on the field. You got to be on the court to be able to score a basket. You got to be on the field to even catch the ball. You got to at least be on the field. Exactly.
I mean, so I know that you said Peyton Manning with your right hand, and you said Aaron Rodgers with your left hand.
Aaron Rodgers with the left hand.
So you might well take that left hand and just put it down because.
Man, you don't know when that man gonna get hit. Let's just be real. We have no idea when Aaron Rodgers is gonna do something dumb. I mean, you go back to the game when the Atlanta Falcons, when Vic Beasley almost took his damn head off. Almost took his freaking head off because he was trying to scramble and do too much and ran right into. I thought he was dead. I'm just gonna be honest. I thought he was dead. I thought Vic Beasley really killed this man. And that has happened so many times with Aaron Rodgers. Yes, he's a great quarterback. But when when you look at several games with the Falcons, even going against the Falcons, he was doing too much in our previous game, and he ended up messing up his knee. And the Falcons, when it was time for him to play the Falcons, he was no good. He was injured, and that's how the Falcons took advantage of that. I think that was 2016 when they took advantage of it. 2017, 2016 in the Super Bowl, he was injured. Why? That's what I'm talking about. Availability. He was not healthy. The team wasn't healthy because of Aaron.
Exactly. That's true. That's true, man. That's true. I mean, so I know that a lot of people get caught up in the names, man. A lot of people get caught up in Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, he's one of those guys that, acts like he doesn't like the camera, but he loves the camera.
Oh,
And
yeah. Oh, yeah.
he does the discount double check, and
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So Matt Ryan, he scored the touchdown. He'll say a couple curse words and he'll run to the sideline. Like that's what Matt Ryan does, So, Matt Ryan, he's not as flamboyant as Aaron Rodgers, but I mean, just y'all just look at the numbers. I mean, people are putting all kind of numbers in the comments. Y'all see these numbers that people are putting up.
65%. Like that's this. Like I can go on and on. Like man, I got so many I have so many Matt Ryan stats. Just like seriously, people, it's laughable that you can look like there's literally nothing this guy can't do outside of throwing 70 70 yards in the air. Like that's the only thing that Matt Ryan can't do as a quarterback. He can't do that. No one who's a Matt Ryan fan can say that Matt Ryan can throw the ball 70 feet, 70 yards in the air. He can't do that. That's the only thing. This man has won every award that any quarterback. He's done everything any quarterback has ever done. We're talking about ever.
Yeah. And then it's one of those situations where when was that 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whenever they gave him the new contract, now he's like what, like the eighth lowest? Yeah. I mean, so it's like sounds like that contract worked out for us. It sounds like it worked out to our benefit.
It looks good now because Dak might be getting what Dakota Prescott. That dude might be getting like close to $40 million. Y'all trying to tell me that's Matt 30 million is too much? 35? Okay.
We had Cowboys fans on heavy hitters. They were saying, man, we'll take Matt Ryan all day.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, man.
But
I got some stats and I wish I could just put that, but I ain't got enough time. But this is Matt Ryan's. All right, this is 2000 in a down year, okay? And a down year. Just looking at these stats. I got stats like these all day. We're talking about in a down year, 2019. This is Matt Ryan's stats. His passer rating on road, a 102.3. On the road.
Wow.
When he's blitzed, a 102.8. On third downs, a lot of people say that Matt Ryan, the Falcons they're not all on the field on third downs. The guy had a 103 when he on third down. A 103 pass rating on third downs, and fourth downs, he was 155 on fourth downs. In the fourth quarter, when people say that Matt Ryan sucks, he doesn't make plays, the dude was a 155 in the fourth quarter. Okay? 155 on fourth downs and fourth quarter, 103 in fourth quarter, and overtime a 105.5. All of this in crunch time. So again, I want to see if you guys can come on the show. We will allow you to come in and prove your point. Show us, please show us where Matt Ryan sucks, because I would love to see. I have seen every stat, and I'm sure Lowell has seen everything, every quarterback in any generation. We've seen it all. Show me where this guy sucks. Please show me.
Hey, man. At the end of the day, people just gotta learn how to get that hate out of their heart. For some reason, I don't know if Matt Ryan looks like the guy that bullied him in high school or what. I don't know what it is, man, but people just don't like that man for some reason, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, man. Yeah, so I know somebody they put a comment asking if we think that it might be time to get another quarterback. What do you think, Mike?
I'm not a delusional fan when it comes down to build. I'm all team building a team first. Okay?
Yeah.
Understand that. I'm not one of these fans who just want to see one person shine. I want to see my team shine first.
Exactly.
And when it comes down to it, I don't think the team is at a point where it needs to be like. First of all, I think a lot of people want to see a change because they just don't like what's going on right now. The team has to build like the first of all, the team. What has to happen first is that you have to have a foundation for a young player,
Yeah.
and that foundation, you have to have a coaching staff that are ready to groom these players first and foremost. You can't just draft a quarterback. You don't have a system in place for him to succeed. Our general manager is a poor general manager.
Yeah.
Thomas Dimitrov is not a good general manager. Okay, let's just be real. They have not been good at developing a run game, which is the second thing that you need for a young quarterback, running game. And the third thing is you have to have a good coaching staff for a good young quarterback. So
Yeah.
you're trying to tell me with a quarterback like Matt Ryan because he's regressing in his arm strength, which is true. But when you say that we need to bring in a young quarterback and we don't have one, we have a poor front office. These guys can't develop the talent. Two, the coaching staff. We've seen what Carter said today. Just bad coaching staff. You want to bring a young quarterback into this coaching staff? Like
Scar for
seriously?
life.
And three, you don't have a
Rest of his
like seriously,
career.
you don't have a running game on. Those three things that you need for a young quarterback. You're gonna get a Michael Vick situation all over again. You bring whoever in. You have to have a developed coaching staff for a young quarterback. Stop being emotional, Falcons fans.
Man, I don't know. I don't know, man. What up, Smitty? But hey man, look, at the end of the day, it's like why you got a guy who's still serviceable. It's like, why would you go out and get another quarterback? Like there's so many other things that we need. 95% of our
Exactly.
secondary was hurt on Monday. And you know, I mean, we can't get to the quarterback. So why would we get another quarterback? You gonna put one quarterback on the field at one time? We're not the Saints. We don't we don't play multiple quarterbacks at one time.
Oh man, we're not the Saints. That's true. This dude's trying to put three quarterbacks on the field at the same time.
You know, we're gonna put one quarterback
man.
in at once, man. So it's like, you know, you're basically, if you draft a quarterback at a high position, you're basically wasting that pick. You're wasting it for a quarterback that you know might not play till 2 or 3 years down the road. Go ahead and get a game changer now. You know, I mean,
That
so
makes sense. That it doesn't make sense to bring a young quarterback into a bad coaching staff. Like this coaching staff is just bad. Let's just be honest.
yeah,
They got way too much talent, and they have no idea what to do with them. I'm not bringing in a young quarterback. When Matt Ryan got here, what people don't realize when Matt Ryan got here, Matt Ryan had a veteran head coach, and Smitty. One and two, he had a veteran offensive coordinator in Mike Mularkey who knew how to groom a young quarterback. We don't have a offensive coordinator who know how to groom a young quarterback. Dirk Cutter got Matt Ryan when he was in his peak, when he was just peaking. He didn't groom Matt Ryan. So when they all come down to it, man, it's like I said, bring in a new quarterback. I just don't think that's with our organization. I don't think that's smart, and I don't think a lot of people are like being intelligent when it comes down to it. Man, we are not ready to groom a young quarterback. We're gonna do more harm to that young quarterback than good, and that's just the facts. In 3 years, I say it's a good time to start. In 2 to 3 years, maybe 2 years, 3 years, you start looking for that quarterback. But like right now, we're not in a position to groom any young quarterback, and that's just being real, dog.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, because it's one of those situations, man. It's like, why would you get a young quarterback and put him on the field knowing that he has a defense that's giving up 30 points a game? Like, dude, like that's literally a recipe for a blowout because you're gonna have a quarterback who's gonna feel like he has to force things, get turnovers, and then we can't stop nobody. So it's like,
you're gonna kill his confidence. You're gonna kill his confidence before he even get going.
Exactly.
He won't have hope.
Exactly.
He won't have hope. You see Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is trying to will his team into even having some type of hope. I hear throwing blocks and like he's not playing his best game, and he doesn't look like no one on that offense looked like they wanted to play outside of Matt Ryan and a couple of guys on the offensive line. Outside of that, like Todd Gurley, like they were the only guys that looked like they wanted to play. So it's like you're gonna kill one. You're not going to develop the young quarterback as a talent, and you're gonna kill his. You're gonna kill. It's like what was the quarterback? Dang. So many young quarterbacks who just play for young. Carson Palmer for one.
Yeah.
When he played for Cincinnati, good young quarterback, big time arm. But those guys couldn't win they couldn't win anything. They couldn't win anything. A poor team.
Man, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something, man. I think one recent example of that is that young man Jameis Winston in Tampa Bay.
Oh
man, yeah. It is like, and your boy Sean Payton, a head coach that's actually applying himself over there. He's like, oh man, so nobody wants this guy. I'm just going to keep him. Let him build his confidence, and whenever Drew Brees retires, who y'all think is going to be the quarterback for the New Orleans Saints?
Exactly. That's exactly right. Absolutely right. That's a perfect example.
Because James, he threw all those picks because they couldn't stop nobody. I mean, so he felt like he had to force it.
Yeah. He didn't have a running game. He had a poor offensive line. Like, that's what I mean. Like, that's how you kill young quarterbacks. And we think just a young quarterback is just going to come in because he can throw the ball well. He can scramble around. But like, even Michael Vick, when he was in his high point of his career, this dude was breaking ankles. Like the Ravens broke his freaking leg. They broke his leg because he's out there scrambling. So if Michael Vick can't run away, what you really think Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields are going to get away from these defenses? And these guys are getting bigger, faster, stronger. Michael Vick couldn't get away from these dudes. So you think Trevor Lawrence is going to do it? Like, let's be real, people. Let's be real.
It don't make no difference if can't nobody block for you. At the end of the day, it ain't gonna make no difference if can't nobody block for you. Yeah, man. Sid Falcon, what's going on, Sid Falcon? Thanks for joining the party tonight, man.
Yes, sir. What's up? What's good?
We just chilling out on a Friday night, man. It's raining. We getting ready for this Panthers game on Sunday.
Oh yeah. Everybody want to talk about the Panthers game. I'm gonna put my 3 keys. Shoot, we can do it now, or you can just.
Man, what you got? Tell me. I want to know what you thinking. Tell me what you got, man.
Hey, man. Ooh. I'm gonna just say this, man. No Christian McCaffrey. I know you got your boy Teddy Bridgewater there. I know you got your boy Teddy Bridgewater, so it's gonna be a competitive game. That's something that I do think it'll be a competitive game. I think the Falcons have enough to outscore them, but it's gonna be a close game because at this point, the Falcons are getting they're getting Ricardo back, they're getting Neil as well as AJ. They're gonna have Oliver. Denard still out for a couple of more games. So I think even for LeCoon, he's coming back. I think he's gonna. There's some questions where he's gonna play linebacker as well as safety, which is his first position.
Yeah.
So it's I think the Falcons. This is a perfect team to get their first win because both of these teams are struggling. I know they have a pretty good defensive line and Carolina Panthers, but one of the most underrated aspects and appreciated aspects of this Falcons team is this offensive line.
Yeah.
This offensive line has been golden.
Yeah.
But we just had a poor offensive coordinator who just don't know how to set up plays in the running game. This is the reason why these guys aren't like the Falcons running game is 22nd in the league. And we're not running the ball as much as we should be. And they're 22nd in the league. That's a very good stat.
Yeah.
For a team. Like they're doing Todd Gurley was a damn good pickup as well as Brian Hill. He's been playing well. So this offensive line is going to play. I think that's the first key. The offensive line against the Carolina Panthers defensive line. The Falcons have to win that. I think AJ coming in. That's the second key to victory. The cornerbacks have to win in this game. It's no ifs, ands, or buts. They can't allow what we saw in Green Bay. Just like they look like an absolute mess. And the third one is coaching, man. We got to stop the dump. Like we got to stop with the crap. Like y'all got to be, they have to be an asset to these players, and they've been putting these players in bad positions with their ignorant adjustment or lack thereof. So first offensive line, they have to win. The second one, the secondary, the cornerbacks, they have to win. And the third key to victory is the coaching. They have to be an asset to the players. They cannot continue to put these guys behind the 8 ball. What you got on that?
Man, I know you're gonna hate to hear this, Mike. I know that you're gonna get mad at me, man. Please don't get mad at me when I say this, Mike. Ah, man. We need tact, man.
Oh, hey man.
We need tact.
I'm not. You're right. You're right about that. You're absolutely right.
It's like defensive line looks completely different whenever he doesn't play.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like him. He annoys us, but I mean, when he does play this year, going back to that availability, when he does play, he does pretty well, man. He does pretty well. I mean, we're definitely gonna have to get some kind of pressure. It's like it's basically like they're using Miles Davis the same way they use Christian McCaffrey. So it's like I hope everybody's not going into the game thinking, oh, they don't got Christian McCaffrey. We should be good because, I mean, we've seen many times where we played against backup quarterbacks and backup running backs, and we still got our draws burnt off. So, I think it's one of those situations where, we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to bring our lunch pails on defense. I think the fact that all these people are getting healthy again, hopefully it could be one of those situations where we have a confidence booster. And look, man, Ty Gurley, they're gonna have to give Ty Gurley the ball, man. I know that. I know the Panthers got a good pass rush, but just like I know, Mike, the best way to beat a pass rush is run at it.
It's run the ball, right? Run right at it.
Yeah, man. It's like we just gonna have to. If we could do those things, it's kind of like what I said whenever I was talking about another game last week. I think I was talking about the Minnesota game, and it was like whenever teams have trouble winning, coaches supposed to always go back to the fundamentals. So it's like, let's not throw the ball 50 times. Let's just run the ball, play some balanced offense, and play good defense, and you should have a chance to win the game.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we'll see what happens. I know somebody said that the Panthers Nation is going off on us. Man, you must be crazy. I don't know what you must have started drinking early on Friday night. You think that's the case?
Panthers Nathan's like, okay, have you seen that team play? Like even Panthers fans glad they got a win. Like they saying to themselves, I got plenty of Panthers friends that are fans, and they praying like, I don't know how the hell we can get one win. Like seriously, they in the same boat that we in right now. So I don't know where. I don't know. I guess I'm just this is what I'm saying. We get so carried away of how poorly the defense is playing. We just forget that this offense is like ranked 8th in the league. Like we totally forget that this is a 8th ranked offense in the league, a top 10 offense. We
After a
totally
bad game.
After bad games. We're talking about after bad games. And they're still one of the top offenses in the league. So it's not so much what they can do on offense. We know what they can do. They are doing that on offense. But this defense has just been absolutely atrocious.
Man, it's like we were saying whenever we was talking, Mike. Everybody is like Dan Quinn. His excuse is always that man, people just got hurt. We always have these injuries. It's like, look, man, you're still the coach, so it's like it doesn't matter who's on the field. Everybody's supposed to be knowing what to do. Jamal Carter didn't know what to do.
He had no clue what to do. No clue. He not
didn't
prepared.
know what to do. The guy, he tackled the guy off the line of scrimmage. The guy does a front flip, gets up, catches the pass, and walks in the end zone. What in the world, bro? Like, come on, man.
That guy was unprepared, and that's what a lot of coaches like. I follow Brian Baldinger on Twitter, and he says immediately. He said it over and over. He actually, it's to the point where he despises our coaching staff. Like he does like they're so poorly coached. It's not the talent, and if a guy who's a analyst, former player, he's saying these things that is not that like he's not even mad at the talent anymore. He's looking at like what are the concepts these guys are running. It's like, why are you doing this and why are you doing that? If a player is saying this, if a former player is saying these types of things, it's no longer. This is why I have no issue. This is why I always say it's not on Tack. Even though I give Tack hell, it's more about him being available than anything. That's why I call him soft. I never said that Tack wasn't a good player. He's a great player. He's a great talent, but he needs to be available. The same thing I said about Aaron Rodgers. You're no good. You're no help to us if you're unavailable. So stop talking. All right, you have to be available. And this is the thing. It's like players. You can say Isaiah Oliver sucks. You can say whomever sucks. But these guys are not prepared well at all. Sometimes I don't wonder why these guys are in cover 2 and nobody is even touching these guys. How are you playing the cover 2 and you're not chucking the guy? How are you not touching the guy? You're playing the cover 2. What is this? Man, these are the things that I just don't get. And they're clearly being taught this. They're being taught this.
Yeah. It's like out of all my seasons of being a Falcons fan, since Fulton County Stadium, I think this one has been my most frustrating.
It has. I'll say the same thing.
Because it's like, if it's a situation where it's like, oh well, we just got to get some more pieces. We're just not that good right now. Mm-hmm. Hopefully we'll get better. I mean, that's not the case, man. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like we were literally picking up the ball. We could just pick the ball up and won one game. Like we could be 1-3 right now. Somebody just would have fell on the ball. I mean, that's tough, man. Hey, Ronnie May and Yuzuki, thanks for checking us out. I really appreciate it.
Ronnie, hold on. That's not the one. I want to address this because where is it? Let me address this. This is another thing that really annoys me when people say this.
Mm.
What has Dante Fowler done? Like, oh my gosh.
Mm. What you think about that, Mike?
Let me. That's so. I'm a football fan first, okay? I'm a football fan first. Many can say that, like, if I really apply myself, I could definitely be a coach. There's
Mm.
no like I study every aspect of football. We're talking about to offensive line, the footwork. Like I'm watching everything. Is this guy? Does he use his hips well? Like I get it down to a science. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what I take my time out and look at. And this is one of the things, like we were just saying about having a team, going back to that Atlanta Falcons team, that 98, 99 team, Super Bowl team. These guys they weren't crazy athletes. They weren't big time athletes. Most of these guys have been in the league 5 years plus.
Yeah.
So they were experienced. That was an experienced team. And why am I saying all this? It's because there are things in the game that go unnoticed. The guys like Grady Jarrett get all of the notoriety for it. And again, reason why I'm saying this is you go back into the Rams. Everybody saw from that team was Aaron Donald had 20 something, like 22 sacks. They didn't see Ndamukong Suh taking on them three blocks, two blocks, 3 blocks, and getting chipped by a running back to
Mm-hmm.
allow Aaron Donald to have the one-on-ones. And this
Yeah.
is what Dante Fowler is doing. So when you don't see the sack numbers, and this is why you said even like the Falcons don't play well when Tack is not on the field. This is why. Why? It's because Dante Fowler is taking on 2 and 3 guys, and it leaves more one-on-one opportunities. You always need 3 linemen, 3 to 4 linemen on the defensive line to make it work, to make a pass rush work, to make a defensive line work. This is why you don't see Dante Fowler getting the sack numbers, getting pressure, because he's getting double. Him and Grady Jarrett are getting double. They got 2 guys on them at all times. So it's not necessarily that like he sucks. He's doing the dirty work. He's taking on the tight end. He's taking on the running back. He's taking on the offensive lineman and a center. It's so much to the game that you guys just don't pay attention to. It's not all about the sacks, the numbers. So much stuff to it, and like I probably boring the hell out of people like that, but real football fans know what I'm saying when I'm talking about this type of stuff. So that comment right there, what is he doing? That's what he's doing. He getting his damn shoulder rammed in by a tight end when he's not looking. He's trying to go outside. He's trying to go inside, and a tight end comes to try to smash him. Like these are the things that you don't see during the game. When you actually go back and watch the film, it's like, okay, that's why he getting triple team, he getting double team. Like this is the reason why I get so upset when people say that, even guys like Dean Sonata, like Dean Sonata has been playing well also. Like he's doing all the
Yeah.
dirty work, allowing Grady Jarrett to do his thing. So that's what really irritates me, man.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. And then another thing too, Mike. A lot of people don't realize what that man has been doing in the run game. Uh,
Yes, absolutely.
man, like that man
He's
has
been
been taking
blowing up
heads
people.
on the run game. I mean, it is such an improvement from Vic Beasley, because Vic Beasley would always get kicked outside of his lane. But I've seen
Yes.
multiple times whenever Dante Fowler was, he was playing his lane most of the time in that 5 technique or that 7 technique. But I see him getting people in that 3. I see him coming down in the 3 gap, getting people behind the guards as well. So it's like, I mean, look, sometimes it's not always sexy, but it gets the job done. Because I don't know if y'all have noticed, but our run defense has looked a whole lot better this year.
It really has. It really improved, and that goes to a guy like Dante Fowler. And but he's not getting sack numbers. It's like one of my favorite defensive linemen of all time. All right, we're talking about all time is Michael Strahan. Michael Strahan was not beautiful at all. That dude was not fast. He wasn't quick, but he was physical. He was intelligent, and he was strong, and he was fundamentally sound.
Yes.
He and the dude got 20 sacks just being fundamentally sound and being strong. That's it.
Exactly.
He wasn't fast. Man. He wasn't like, the White Freeney coming off the edge, screaming off the edge. He was like Reggie White with that Billy, like with that arm, set you up with the arm and just throw you. Like this is like that's fundamentals, bro. That's fundamentals.
Yeah. Violent hands. Yeah, man. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And then I see that Charles B. He said that it's not all about sacking the quarterback. It's about getting that pressure. Absolutely. Mike Smith, he used to preach that all the time. He used to say, "Look, guys, it's not about just sacking them; it's getting them off the spot." Me myself, if I could get a quarterback pressured and he makes a throw that he didn't want to make, or and he throws an interception, I'd rather take that than a sack any day. I mean, a sack, it's pretty and everything, but I want turnovers. I want fumbles. I want interceptions.
Absolutely.
So, I definitely agree with you on that, Charles. Definitely do. What's going on, Sarge?
Well, Sarge, what's good? Hey, man. And oh man, this is why I say Lawrence Taylor is the greatest pass rusher of all time, is because not only was he athletically gifted, but this dude could set up a pass rush my God, my God, like this thing. He was strong. He could go through offensive linemen. He could go around them. He invented the strip sack. Like this dude could.
He was a bad man.
That dude was something special, man. That dude was
I don't know if you heard this, Mike, but they said that Lawrence Taylor built the hospital that he was born in. That's just how bad of a man he was.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey man. Hey man, that's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. Right? That dude was. Look, man. He can take it if he want it. He can have it, man. Look, Lawrence Taylor is my dude, man. I love LT, man.
Man, he was a bad man.
That dude was perfect, man.
He was a bad man. You know that you're bad with whenever teams draft in the future, they try to draft somebody like you. That's whenever you know that you change the game.
Yeah.
Whenever they say, man, we're trying to find somebody like Lawrence Taylor, like that's whenever you know that you change the game.
Changed that dude changed the game, man. And that's why I say it's like so many things. As far as being a pass rusher that goes into being a complete pass rusher. Like you got to be a complete defensive lineman, man. And I don't think a lot of people realize like the setting the edge and things like Lawrence Taylor was setting. Let's talk about somebody. We ain't gonna talk about Lawrence Taylor no more, man. That dude was perfection, okay? Perfection.
Man, they try to run. They try to run away from his side. He still run people down. He was a bad man. He was a bad man. Yeah, Terrence, you're right, man. 27.8. That's not good enough, man. But if y'all, because I was actually doing some additional research today. So all these other teams that we played against so far, they pretty much put up 30 points in almost every game that they played against. So and I don't know if I'm just being a hopeful fan. But
that's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, could it be a strength of schedule situation?
Yeah. I've actually heard a lot of people have said that when you look at Seattle, they're still putting up numbers on everyone. Dallas, they're putting up numbers. In fact, Dak almost had like a 500-yard game. It was like something like 400-yard passing.
Yeah.
Even the Bears, I mean, they gave It was a little bit of a low scoring game, but they putting up numbers. They beat they beat Tampa Bay, and a lot of people said Tampa Bay is a Super Bowl contender. So, is this Falcons really are they really that bad? Like it could be a strength of schedule type of thing. So that's why I'm hoping. It's like if the Falcons come out and really destroy Carolina, then that's why I say, man, I'm a guy that always says, let's just wait and see what happens. If it continues to get worse, then we know for a fact that it's not just a strength of schedule thing, and these coaches are doing, they're doing their job. But I can't say it's the end of the world. Let's get rid of everybody. You know what I'm saying? After 4 games.
Yeah.
Anything can change. They can go to anything. And you said that. This is something that you preach.
Yeah. I mean, look, man, it's just the first quarter, man. So I mean, it's one of those situations. Tampa Bay, they're 2-2. I mean, well, no, are they 2-3 now?
Tampa Bay. I think so. I think 2-3. Yeah, I think they're 2-3, man. It could be 2-2.
Okay.
It could be. I think they play on Monday. Yeah. So these guys are.
No, they're 3-2. Yeah, so Tampa Bay's 3-2.
All right. So this there's some very good. It's some very good teams, man.
Yeah.
Even the NFC is like in NFC. There's not. These some very good teams, man. Honestly, these are some very good teams. So you might be right there. This could be a strength schedule type of issue.
Yeah, we still haven't played any divisional games yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if we got an extra playoff spot, look, all we gotta do is get there.
That's it.
All we gotta do is get there. If we can get a win, hopefully that could kind of build confidence and make people stop second guessing themselves, and then we can play some ball. That's what I'm hoping.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, what you think?
I think it's quite possible that the Falcons could easily win the next 4 games, and I don't think people realize that. Like you're paying Carolina twice. That's 2 wins. If the Falcons are as good on offense that I believe they are, that's 2 wins right there. The Falcons are 2-4. They can win at least 3 of the next 4 games. They're 3-4. Just think about that for a second. So before we go, wanting to tear down the entire organization, let's wait to at least 8 games. At least wait to week 7 and 8 before we come down with that conclusion. Like it's gonna blow up everything. Like I said, these guys can easily. It's not out of the conclusion that I've seen teams go 0-4 in the first 4 games, and then they make it to the playoffs and make a playoff run. The Baltimore Ravens did it. Hell, the Patriots did it. These guys were they started out like 0-2, 0-3, and they end up. I think the Patriots got in a wild card. So they was like yeah, in the beginning, I think Pittsburgh, the number 1 seed. I forget, but they were the number 1 seed. But the Patriots got off to a bad start, and they end up making they may end up making the playoffs, and they make it in as a wild card, and they end up winning, going to the Super Bowl as a wild card. So it's quite possible that you can turn around the season just like that.
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, it's all about confidence. Like I know a lot of Falcons fans. I know they keep up with these high school teams, and it's like a lot of times, man, these kids, they're going to the game thinking that they're going to lose or thinking that they're going to win, and that's when they lose or that's when they win. Going into it. Our team is like, it's relatively young because, I mean, we still got a lot of people on rookie deals and things like that. So it's like, I mean, I think confidence is the biggest thing. Whenever you see Isaiah Oliver with his head down, walking back to the sideline, I mean, that's just a confidence
Yeah.
situation, man. And then these injuries, man. These injuries. It's terrible that we have to win despite of coaching, opposed to our coaches put us in the best situation to win.
Yeah. That's definitely something, man. Good gracious. I don't know, man. You want to keep going? Because we can do our 2 point right now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's cool with me, man. Hey, I'm just chilling out on Friday night, man.
Hey, man. Hey, how do we overcome the injuries and everything in the secondary? Hello, you want to take that?
Not make things so complicated.
Hey, man. Hey,
coach players who are on the bench. Everybody's supposed to know what they're supposed to do, man. Like these guys are on the bench. They made it to the NFL for a reason. It's like Jamal Carter. I'm sure he's not a bum. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure.
Yeah, man.
But it's like he just didn't know what to do. And it's like, they cut that man, but they cut him. Like, it wasn't that man's fault that they cut him.
That man was not prepared.
He wasn't
no
prepared.
idea what to do.
They put him in a bad situation.
Come to find out, it's like they come to find out he was a safety playing corner. Like they had that dude on the island by himself as a corner. That's why he's falling all over the place. He's not a corner. He doesn't have feet. That's coaching. You putting him out there.
Out of position.
Out of position. Playing out of position. And you cut him, and now his career could possibly be over because you put him in a position to fail.
Exactly. That's the tape that everybody has on him.
That's the tape what everybody has on. You put him in that position, coach, to fail.
Man. That was a disservice to him, man. That was a disservice to him. They should did that.
Coaches do it all the time. Coaches do that all the time. They put players in position to fail, and then they fail, and you can't see these guys like that. That's what everybody sees is that one play, that two plays that they gave up, but the coach put them in a terrible position to fail.
Exactly. Man, it's gonna be hard for him to recover from that, man. If I were him, I'd be really mad. I would be very mad. See, I didn't know that he was playing out of position. Now, what's up with Dan Quinn making people play out of their position?
Hey, man, he always talk. I don't know, man. He did the same thing, and this is why I've gone on a lot of flack for saying that I'm a Vic Beasley supporter. Why do I say that? Vic Beasley, Vic Beasley is a 3-4 outside linebacker. He's not a defensive end. Why do you have this guy playing defensive end? He cannot physically hold up to the demand of that position. He gets pushed around. He gets knocked around by these bigger offensive linemen and huge. These tight ends are damn near, Levine Tololo. This dude damn near offensive tackle himself. Big Beasley can't hang up to those like these guys. These guys are huge. He can't hold up these guys. So you got him playing defensive end against these 300-pound guys. You put him in a position to fail. And see, that's the issue. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing that I have. Like Dan Quinn keep putting these guys in position to fail, man, and it makes them look bad. And it's the confidence. We talk about confidence. When you bring a quarterback in a position where the coaches are putting these players in position to fail, and you play him out of position, you kill his confidence. That's what they was doing with Vic Beasley. They were just killing his confidence. You got to put him in position. Like, I don't know if you know Tony Dungy, what he used to do with Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis. He wouldn't let those guys play in position. When they first got in the league, all they did was rush the passer. That's it. He would not put these guys in a position where they were going to fail. And that's the thing. That's the biggest issue that I have with Dan Quinn. He keep putting these guys in positions where they fail.
Exactly. Hey, Hey, Falcons fans, hey, we want to thank y'all so much for joining us tonight, man.
Mm-hmm.
Thank y'all so much. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, Atlanta Falcons Nation. My homeboy, Mad Mike. I'm Big Low Country. Hey, Mike, I got a question for you. Whenever you was talking about those coaches being put in the wrong situation, putting players in the wrong situation, let's just take this year out of the whole equation. So this year hasn't even happened yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who would you take, Mike Smith or Dan Quinn?
Whew. Whew. That's a hard one. Let me first start. I do a kind of pro-con type of situations with the both guys. What I like about Smitty is he, man, this is difficult. Both of those guys are similar in a lot of ways. I want to say that both of those guys, Smitty is a motivator in his own right, and Dan Quinn is a motivator in his own right. Both of guys are excellent motivators, and you want to play for these guys. Like anybody who who's ever played for Smitty loves Smitty.
Yeah.
And the same thing with Dan Quinn. You love Dan Quinn. What I don't like about them is that both of those guys, their ego is just incredible. Like it's sad that these guys just can't understand that their scheme doesn't work. And that's the similarities that I see. That's the cons and the pros and the cons. The pros, both of those guys are motivators, and I see why Arthur Blank were attracted to those guys. But the cons, these guys are just, their ego will not allow them to abandon their own scheme. And that's the issue with Dan Quinn and Mike Smith. This is why you're saying that these guys are like at the end of Smitty's career, the defense just got worse and worse. And the same thing with Dan Quinn. The defense got worse. They refused to abandon their scheme. Their scheme was flawed, and they did not want to. So that's what I see.
Yeah, you make some good points. I'm gonna say Mike Smith because whenever he first came in, I like that he coached situationally. You know, Matt Ryan, he only threw passes like 20-something times a game.
Yeah.
The defense, the team overall was disciplined. We blew leads, but the team was still disciplined.
Yeah, that's yeah. You're right about that.
So I'm gonna say Mike Smith, but to piggyback off of that question, who do you think is the greatest Atlanta Falcons coach in history?
You want to be real?
Yeah.
A lot of people ain't gonna know who this guy is. Jerry Glanville. Jerry Glanville does not get a lot of credit.
You're right.
Do your homework on Jerry Glanville and see the type of defenses that this guy has built from the 70s to the 80s, 90s. This dude has some tough ass defenses. And we're talking about like Jerry Glanville. We're talking about like I said, don't take my word for it. Go look at the stats of his defenses. He the one who created the back in black culture. The one that we love so much right now, he created that. A badass attitude. We're gonna get after you, we're gonna punish you. Jerry Glanville created that. That's what we got that. We got that from him. That 77 grits blitz.
Man.
Come on. Like this dude did not get a lot of credit. He does not get a lot of credit. I know a lot of people saying, Mike Smith because of records. I don't look at record as, saying like that's more of a team accomplishment. And we talk about motivator, but we're talking about coaching. Like we're talking about coach. Jerry Glanville didn't have the money like the Smiths. You know this. The Smiths ranking until like them dudes weren't gonna spend no money.
Oh no,
he had to do this. Like he had to do this every year from the draft, and this dude still had top defenses. Jerry Glanville was a damn good coach. He does not get a lot of credit. So I'm me personally, I'm gonna say Jerry Glanville.
You know what, man? It's like I think I agree with you. I think if NFL if they would have free agency like they do now, you know, I think it would have been a totally different situation. You know, with salary caps and things like that. I definitely feel like Jerry Glanville, things would have been completely different. Because the main reason I feel like that is because Jerry Glanville, he was forward thinking. Like he wasn't just this is what I'm going to do. This is what I've always done. You know, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Jew? What's going on with you, bro?
What's good, man?
Jew Talk Sports. But yeah, man, yeah, I'm gonna say Jerry Glanville, and one of the main reasons I say that is because you know Prime Time said that Jerry was one of his most favorite coaches that he's ever played for.
Yes, Prime said that. A Hall of Famer, dog. A Hall of Famer.
His culture, the culture that he created down here in Atlanta, it was so great that they made a whole special about it, talking about yeah, man. So
MC Hammer, Dion, like him and even Dominique, all those guys were hanging out, and because of what Jerry Glanville created that culture.
Yeah. I really wish he would have been around during this time period. Because man, just imagine, man. I mean, those old Falcons teams had so much swag, man. They had so much swag.
God, man. Oh my God, yes, they did, man. He allowed those guys to just so. Like I said, they a lot of people not gonna know who he is, but just do your research and see the teams that he creates. Like another thing too, even with Jerry Glanville, he was like you said, forward thinking. Yeah, he was one of the guys that like brought in the quote unquote run and shoot offense that is like the run and shoot spread offense. He glamorized that.
Yeah,
he glamorized that. He brought that to fruition. Like what you saying with Kansas City, the Patriots, like the Falcons were one of those teams, like the Houston Oilers are also another team. All right, that's another team.
Yeah,
that used that spread offense. Like Jerry Glanville was forward thinking, like he was running that. The offense that we see now with Kansas City was just speed and athletes. The Falcons were doing that
long time ago.
A long time ago. So Jerry Glanville was ahead of his time, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's why it's like I really wish we could have seen what he could have done now, like with all these athletes and everything. I mean,
my gosh, whew.
Just imagine that, man. Just imagine that. Just imagine Jerry Glanville with Julio and Matt Ryan.
Woo-wee.
Imagine that combination.
And one thing too about Jerry, man, that dude could talk some crap. That man loved to talk junk, man. He loved to talk junk, man. He loved it. And see, that's that Atlanta culture that we miss. And a lot of people don't understand why we miss that. Where it came from, where it originated. It originated from Jerry Glanville. He changed the culture. Yeah. He changed the culture. He created what we love today. We want to see tough guys. We want to see fast and physical, speedy offenses. Like that. This is what he was doing that. He was doing that.
Yeah, he been doing it. I think the difference between Dan Quinn's fast and physical and Jerry Glanville's fast and physical is that Dan Quinn's fast and like those guys are fast and you know they'll be physical until they get hurt. But but they're not that big, man. They're not that big. But Jerry Glanville's guys, man, those guys played fast and physical. They might not be the fastest guys, but they played fast. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, but
yeah.
I mean, they were big. I mean, they played nasty. They played till the whistle blew. I mean, it wasn't no situation where it was like somebody got picked up and thrown around and nobody met, and nobody done anything. Man, if that would have happened to Jerry Glanville's Falcons, and we would have had a
look, Jerry Glanville wouldn't put up with that mess, man. He would not put up that. It would not put up with that mess. The way we saying right now, no. This would not be.
Man, I know everybody because somebody said in the comments earlier that Jerry Glanville got rid of Brett Favre, but y'all got to understand, man. Brett Favre couldn't have made it in Atlanta. There were too many things going on in Atlanta.
Y'all don't like what I'm saying, bro. Like it was Party Central, man. It was like little LA. It was little LA back in the day, man. Like every corner. I mean, they just call him Buckhead Brett because he was out there drinking and smoking and doing drugs every night. Brett Favre will tell you that.
Every night. I heard stories of Brett Favre being at Freaknik himself.
At Freaknik, bro.
I've heard stories of Brett Favre being at Freaknik. So
why do you think he sent him to a small country town so he can get off drugs and alcohol and all? That's why they did it. They was trying to help Brett. Yep. They weren't trying to. They were trying to save his life.
That's what Deion Sanders said.
They were trying to save his life. This dude was doing all types of stuff. We just get rid of him just to get rid of him. I'm trying to save that man's life, dog.
Man, I know it, man. I know it. But yeah, man. Yeah. So I tell you what, Falcons fans, y'all give us y'all prediction on who y'all think is going to win, and give us some scores. And then, whenever y'all come and check us out on Heavy Hitters or ATL,
oh yeah,
if y'all are right or wrong.
Every Tuesday and Wednesday, back to back. All right, back to back. Like Drake said, back to back, man. All right, back to back. That's what we do.
Yeah. So you want to go to your 2-point conversion, Mike?
Oh man, the 2-point conversion. Woo. What do I have? Hey man, I'll say this. This is more of, just being. I just want to reiterate this point because I don't think a lot of people understand this point, man. What we do here at Atlanta Falcons Nation, we all about positivity. I mean, we all have our vices and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hothead at times, and I sometimes I need to be controlled. Like, I'm not going front. I need to be controlled. That's what makes me me. All right. But when it comes down to it, we all about positivity. We're not trying to quote unquote know it all and be smart asses. When we're wrong, we're gonna be wrong, and we're gonna be men, we're gonna be women, and we're gonna say, well, guess what? Whoever's in the comments, let's just say Anthony Wright. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Wright was right about what we said. We was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like pre-bound, whatever he said. You know what I'm saying? If he said something, we disagree, we're going to come back. We're going to shout you guys out. We're going to make sure that what you said is highlighted on our channel. We're not going to run away from controversy and try to act like a lot of people, like they know it all. I don't know it all, bro. But what we do here is all about positivity. And why am I saying this? Because a lot of people have an issue with me saying, I stand by Dan Quinn. Why would I want Dan Quinn to fail? If you're a fan, I still want my team to win. I don't want him to be fired. I really don't. I still think he is a good coach. But he got it like it's a learning process. And anybody who's a leader, who's a father, they understand it's a learning process. You're going to make mistakes. So I want Dan Quinn to get this right. I want him to get it right. I want to win. I don't know about you. I don't want to be sitting at number 1 picks and top 5 for the next 5 to 10 years. That's no fun. Well, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see him grooming another quarterback that possibly not be like. That's not going to be enough. We know it's not going to be another Michael Vick. We know it's not going to be another Julio Jones and Matt Ryan. These guys are generational type talents. They don't come along easily. So me saying I support quote unquote Big BG, Dan Quinn, even when he's not performing well, I just want to see the team do well, man. And if me, going on Twitter, giving this guy a shout out, like we still standing by, keep going at it, Dan Quinn, so be it. I just have to take that. But this is what we do here at Atlanta Falcons Nation, man. We about supporting our team, supporting you guys, and supporting each other. That's what we about. So if that makes you angry, maybe this ain't the channel for you. You can go check out somebody else. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of guys who do Atlanta Falcons content. You guys can go check them out. Ain't no love lost here. But what we do here, man, is about uplifting and helping each other, man. So, Lo, what you got, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I did want to ask you a question, Mike. I did want to ask you a question. So, because I know you support Dan Quinn and you want to see Dan Quinn, or you want to see the Falcons do well. So, let's say these last 12 games, Dan Quinn completely turns it around. We make a deep playoff run. Would you want to keep Dan Quinn?
Yes, but there has to be some changes within the general manager. I don't think Thomas Dimitri, for whatever reason, for me, I feel like he has a huge hand on what's going on, and not only on the offensive side of the ball, but the defensive side of the ball. Something just doesn't smell right with Thomas Dimitrov, because we're having these same exact issues with Mike Smith, with Dan Quinn on the defensive side of the ball. So I would I would, if he turns it around, I would bring back Dan Quinn. But I'm getting rid of Thomas Dimitrov as fast as I can snap my damn fingers. He has to go. Because when there's a constant issue, defense sucking, you got to look at the general manager. Because we've changed his coaches and we still have the exact same issue. So I'm getting rid of Thomas Dimitrov. I'm getting rid of him.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. I believe my thing is, why do we have to wait until we show up? We're not gonna. If they do turn it around, it's like we're not gonna. That doesn't mean that they have the luxury of doing that every year. I think the reason why we have all of these slow starts, I believe it starts up top. If he do turn it around at the end of the season, I believe that's even more of a reason why Dan Quinn should go, because that means that the talent is there. It's that leadership, man. Yeah, so I think he would have to go regardless. In my book, unless he wins the Super Bowl. If he wins the Super Bowl, everybody gets it.
Right. Yeah, everything changes when you win the Super Bowl. Like, yeah, you can say you cool now. Yeah, man.
But man,
I think you're right on that.
Yeah,
I think you're right on that. It needs a coach. The coach just has to change. You can't be saying this every single year. You know what I'm saying? Can we finally? We keep starting off slow every single year. Like, that's the problem with the coaching. That's obviously a coaching issue, a leadership issue. So, like, even if he made a deep playoff run, I think Arthur Blank would end up pulling the trigger, getting rid of him.
Yeah.
Because it's a constant. Like I said, it's a constant. That's why I say you got to get rid of Thomas Dimitrov, because it's a constant issue. Even when we change coaches and head coaches, it's the same issue. So we got to get rid of both if it continues. If we end up making a run, both still have to go. And you're right about that. Both will have to go.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, man. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, my 2-point conversion. Look, man, I just want to let all the Falcons fans out there know. Reason me and Mike came on today is, we was just thinking about y'all.
Absolutely.
We just wanted to, just bring y'all some content, get everybody ready for the weekend, get everybody ready for Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we rise up. Hopefully the team rises up. If the team don't rise up, we'll be rising up.
Hey, we'll be rising up. We will be. Got that right.
But I mean, for my 2 points, I just want to let everybody know, man. We definitely appreciate everybody who watches. We appreciate everybody who subscribed and everybody who was getting ready to subscribe in just a few seconds.
Yes, sir. Hit that subscribe button, man. Support
y'all
us.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Check us out. This is Atlanta Falcons Nation. Check my homeboy Mike out on Tuesday nights. Him, Jew Talk Sports, and K Styles, the heavy hitters. Check me and my homeboy Antonio, aka the Stat God, from ATL and Sports
I like
Zone.
that, man. I like that.
And y'all can check me out on Twitter and Instagram and my YouTube page. I'm Big Low Country. Look, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm from the country, so I spell it Kuntry.
Hey, man. Hey, man. Ain't nothing like being in the country, man.
But, hey, man, we really appreciate y'all chilling out with us tonight. And, look, man, y'all check us out. Hopefully, Mike, we're going to try to come on after the game on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. We definitely going to try to do that. We try to not miss any game after every game for the most part, man.
Definitely, man. So, we're going to be here to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. The question is, which one is going to be the most, good, bad, or ugly? That's the question.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. All right, man. Well, y'all be easy. Rise up. A-time down.
Absolutely.